Thank you. So the next table is legal representation and subpoena power. B.J. Scanlon, take it away.
Thank you, President Scott. We discussed legal representation and subpoena power. The first point that was really made by the group was that if the composition of the board does not have a majority of members that are appointed by the Police Accountability Board Alliance, then there need to be precautions and items put into place to ensure that the legal representation are still utilizing the voices of those on the Police Accountability Board Alliance, and we'll get into that a little bit more. So the group thought that either the Police Accountability Board or the Police Accountability Board Alliance should select the council for the legal representation, and that the city's corporation council should in no way be involved. There are a couple places where there is a slight difference of opinion, but where there was uniform consensus at the table was that the city's corporation council should not have any involvement with the Police Accountability Board. They believe that the system itself has a built-in bias for the corporation council, and that they have a dedication to the client, which is the city, and because of that, they can't accurately or effectively represent both the Police Accountability Board as well as the city. Another voice in our group thought that the Police Accountability Board had to be the one that selected the council and not the alliance, because they felt that the board itself was the council, was the client for whom the legal representation would be providing. A possible alternative was that the Police Accountability Board could appoint the legal representation for the alliance. I'm going to use the word alliance when I refer to PABA because that'll be easier. The alliance would appoint the legal representation, but the Police Accountability Board should recommend candidates to them for approval. That was another option. Another option was that the Police Accountability Board should select their legal representation, but there was also discrepancy on the number of votes it should take. Some people in the group thought a simple majority, others thought a supermajority of either 2/3 or 7 of 9 votes for the same legal representation. We already went over the fact that no one thinks that corporation counsel should be. They also feel that having corporation counsel provides poor optics to the community, and that some items that need to be clarified in the legislation is what if the members disagree on the Police Accountability Board, and that's with any matter. If there's a dispute among the board on legal counsel or on subpoena, there needs to be something outlining how to deal with a dispute among the internal body. And then another individual suggested that maybe there should be an appeal process depending on how that worked out. Someone also mentioned that the budget needs to be amended to reflect an increased funding for legal representation. The budget doesn't currently have that as a line, and the feeling is that the need to pay legal counsel is significantly higher than what it's budgeted, and it would be a mistake to not edit the budget to reflect that. Finally, independent counsel is important, especially given the ability of the Police Accountability Board to utilize subpoena. If you're going to utilize subpoena, you need to have an independent counsel that is willing to enforce the subpoena. And the table didn't feel that the city's corporation counsel would be able to enforce the subpoena in the appropriate way, especially if the subpoena was for a city staff member. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you so much.